Hi everyone. We will see about the conditional statements in C++. So as you know, we will see all the various control statements. You might have learned it in C, but now we will see it in C++. The objectives of this lecture is to learn about the control structures and to discover how to use the selection control structures like if else, nested if, and switch statements with an example program. First, we will see what a control structure is. A computer can proceed in a sequence, sequence of statements, or it can selectively branch into by making a choice. You can give a condition, and based on the condition, it can execute some set of statements. If it is true or false, based on the condition. Okay, and repetitively or iteratively or looping in the sense, it may execute the same set of statements again and again. So here the logic is if a statement is executed and if the condition is met. If the condition is met, certain set of statements is executed, and if the condition is not met, some set of statements is executed. So the condition is represented by either a logical expression or it can be a Boolean expression. So if it gives you a true or false as an output. So if a condition is met, it evaluates whatever the statements in the true block. If the condition is not met, it evaluates whatever the statements in the false block. So that is the basic control structure is. So we will see the sequence how it is executed. The statement 1, statement 2, statement n, like this each and every statement will be executed in the program. But in selection you can see that it will just check for an expression. It can be either condition or a Boolean expression. If it is true, certain set of statements will be executed. If it is false, certain set of statements will be executed and it comes out the particular conditional statement. Similarly, in repetition, there will be an expression. If the expression is true, until it is true, it will go on with the loop. If it is false, then it comes out and it goes to the other set of statements. So that is repetition. So now we will see what is a conditional statement is. The conditional statement is also known as decision control structures, or it is also known as decision making statements. So it is used to evaluate one or more conditions and make decisions whether it can execute set of statements or not. Okay. So these decision making statements in programming languages decide the direction of the flow of the program execution. So these are the various types of conditional statements. There are major two types. One is if else statements and another one is switch. Inside if else, you can see there is if statements, a common general if, then if else statement, if else if, and nested if statements. And then there is a separate category called a switch statement. So inside if else, we have four types. So in this, we will just go through one by one with an example program. So first, if statement. So as you know, the if statement is the most simple decision-making statement. It is used to decide whether a certain statement or a block of statements will be executed or not. The syntax is given here. If condition and the statements of the if it is true will be executed inside the if block. So if you see a program here, uh, you know that it's a C++ program. So there will be a main function. Inside the main function, you will declare a variable int I is equal to 10. And if I is greater than 15, so the condition is given here if this I is greater than, but here we have declared as 10. So if I greater than 15, then you have to execute some set of statements is given or else come out of the loop. So as you know, it is 10 and it is not greater than 15. So it comes out of the loop and the output of this particular program will be, it will print I am not in the if statement because it comes out of the if statement. So that is this particular program. So this is how a simple if statement works. If else statement. So if statement just checks only if one condition is true. If else statement consists of two blocks, one for false expression and one for true expression. So you can see that if a condition, it executes certain set of statements, else it executes certain set of statements. You can see the diagram, it clearly shows a condition. True means it executes some set of statements, false means it executes some set of statements, and then it executes the rest of the statements and come out. So here we'll see a simple C++ program here where we have declared I as 20 And if I is less than 15, you print this, else you print that, and then you come out. So that is what the program is. So I is less than 15 means, so here in this particular program, I is equal to 20 is given. So I is not less than 15. So what happens? The first condition is false. So it goes to the else block. In the else block, it executes I is greater than 15. So the output is I is greater than 15. Now we'll move on to nested if else. So nested if statements mean if statements inside another if statements. It actually, this particular nested if else is there in both C and C++. So here in this particular thing, we can replace or we can place an if statement inside another if statement. Okay. So you can see that the syntax is if a condition, it executes when the condition is 1 is true. If condition 2 is there, then execute when the condition 2 is true, else when the condition false. So it is like there is one if statement there and then there is another if else statements inside an if statement. So that is nested if else. Okay. So you can see there is a start, there is a start and then a condition is given there and then you have to check the condition. If the condition is true, it comes out of a particular statement and then it checks for the another condition. If that condition is true, then it comes with the execution of some set of statements. If it is false, some set of statements will be executed. Similarly, in the other condition also. So we will see a simple program here where we have declared I is equal to 10. So if I is equal to 10, so that means if I is 10, it is true. Then only it goes to the if block. If this I less than 15, it checks. Okay. So since it is true here itself, this particular statement will be printed and then it will not check the other condition. It will come out. Okay, so that is one thing here. So it will just check this and then it comes out. So the answer will be I is smaller than 15. But the next statement is also, it should be executed. But here it will just, if the one statement is true, then that it executes this and it comes out of the loop. Similarly, if else ladder, if you see, the if else ladder here, we can very well say that it is also used in C also, C programming. So here there will be like, it is similar to your switch statements here. Start, there will be a condition. True means some set of statements will be executed. False means some statements will be executed. So this is how it works. Similarly, in if else statements, if you check whether if it is working in the ladder, you can see the program here. I is equal to 20. If I is equal to 10, then you execute this. If I is equal to 15, then execute that. If I is equal to 20, execute this and come out. So it is similar to, it will just check the first condition, I is equal to 10. It checks it's false. Else if it will check the second condition where it says it is also false. Then it comes into the another else if where it says yes, it is true. So it prints that particular statement and comes out of that particular loop. Okay, so particular conditional statement if. So that is next if else ladder. Now we'll move on to switch statement. So switch statement, in this case, it's an alternative for the if-else ladder which we have seen before. So here it is like you can give a condition as a variable there in the expression. So that will be seen, various cases will be there. So here the, if you see the particular keywords will be switch, case, break, default, all these are the uh, keywords where we will be using in this particular switch statement. Okay. So the switch block consists of cases to be executed based on the value of the switch variable. So here we see that particular diagrammatical representation where you can see one case. If it is true, it works that particular statement. If it is true, then it executes that statement and breaks. Breaks means it comes out of the loop. Then it will just print the other set of statements. If it is case 2, it will print that, go to that particular statement. So it will check one by one and then it will break and come out. So if you see this particular example here, I have declared variable as 2 here. So switch variable, that means variable 2. So it won't go to case 1. It goes to the case 2 because variable is 2. So here see out case 2 is executed and then there is a break. So it comes out of the switch statement. So it will print case 2 is executed. This is how the switch statement works. So these are the various conditional statements. Now we will see some of the frequently asked questions in the interview. Okay, what should be printed on this screen? So just a program segment is given here inside the main function. X is given as 5. You know the post decrement, post increment, pre increment operators here. So if x plus plus is equal to 5, then you print 5. Else you go to the another one where plus plus 6 is equal to 6, then you print 6. So here what happens initially, x plus plus is equal to 5. Initially this is post increment. So x is equal to 5 only it will take, and then it will print C out as 5. Since that is true, it will come out of the. So that is, so the answer is B here, prints 5. This question you can see, it's a switch statement here. A is this 1 is given here, switch of 1. Case 1, C out, it will print 1. Case 2, it will print 2. Case 3, it will print 3. By default, it prints default. So what will be the answer here? So here if you see, case 1 will be one will be printed. Since there is a no break statement here, it goes to case 2, prints 2, case 3, prints 3, and default. So here the answer is D, 1, 2, 3 default. Why? Because there is no break statement. By seeing it, what we will usually think is A is 1, so case 1, only 1 will be printed and everyone will mark it as A, but it is not the correct answer. The correct answer is D, 1, 2, 3 default. Why? Because there is no break statement. Okay, this is one exercise for you. You can just write a C++ program where you can just having the grading system as mentioned below. Below 25 is fail, 25 to 45 is E grade, above 80 is A grade. So based on that, you can either use if else ladder, or you can also use switch statements. Okay, try doing this program. I'll give you the output of the program in the description. Thank you.